Hi, I'm Rick Lattin, and we're at Lattin Farms. We're a family that's been farming in the Lahontan Valley since 1909, so we've been here over 100 years. And this particular farm that we're standing on was purchased by my dad in 1946. And we have an ongoing relationship with NRCS that goes back decades. They've been very important to the success of our farm starting in the 50s and 60s. Water is very important here and very short, and we worked with the NRCS, and over the years we now have all concrete line ditches, and there's no way we could have done that without the assistance of NRCS. NRCS helped us put in an underground tile system that allows us to catch the excess water that goes into the ground when we irrigate. We've figured out how to pick that up and reuse it to run our drip systems, which allows us to save water and use less water. We think on our drip systems that we're only using about 2 acre-feet per year of water, where our allotment's 3.5, so we're able to save a little water with that. And the NRCS helped us engineer and put in an underground pipe system that allows us to pick that water up and pump it through our drip lines to about 200 acres on the farm. The hoop houses that you see behind us here were all purchased through an arrangement with NRCS, and we did this because we had been experimenting with hoop houses for some time and found that it, number one, extended our season, number two, increased our yields, and number three, let us sell over crops that don't do well outside due to our weather situations and things like that. So all of these houses out here, we have a rotational program that includes cover cropping with rye in some of the winters, and then doing double cropping when we can of early season greens and root crops, and then main season tomatoes, peppers, eggplant, and a little bit of squash and cucumbers for our roadside stand. The hoop houses have become very versatile for us with the kind of products we can grow, the number of products we can grow, and the season in which we can grow them. This is hoop house number 17. It's one of the houses built with an NRCS grant, and this house is our early spring house. It's October now, but these tomatoes were planted in the middle of April, and we started picking them around the 1st to the 15th of July. We've got the early ones over here that we sell to the restaurants in Reno, or the cherry tomatoes. Then I have a row of beefsteak tomatoes and a row of early girls. We run a farmer's markets and our roadside stand, and we grow a variety of different things, so people can kind of choose what they want. Over to the other side are our Juliets, which are our grape tomatoes or small Roma tomatoes. They're very good for salads or salad bars, and they're really nice to eat. And we have probably the most famous tomato in the country, the Sun Golds, the orange cherry tomatoes that win every taste test you can get. And if I had these outside, I would only be able to pick from about the 1st of August to the middle of September. But here inside, I can pick from early July through mid-October. So it really helps us here. Plus, the hoop houses have the capability of protecting from some of the viruses we have here, like curly top. And you can see that they've been in the ground a long time, and they're still green. They're still green. And that's a real advantage of the hoop house. These cherry tomatoes are a relatively large yellow to gold cherry tomato. They're called gold nuggets, and they were actually developed by a professor at Oregon State University. They only take 50 days to ripen, so they're the first tomato we have in the valley. And again, we sell most of these to restaurants, although People will buy them for just a snack tomato. They're what's called a determinate tomato. They grow right on the ground. And what happened with these this year is we picked them in July, and then they took a rest and died back, and then they came back with like gangbusters with new growth. And so we're picking a second picking of these in October. So it gives us 2 crops of tomatoes. You couldn't do that outside again, but in the hoop house you can.